Dear students, how are you? Today we're talking about the future time. We talked about the present time, the past time, and now we're talking about the future time, not future tenses. This chapter focuses on the various ways English has developed for talking about the future. In particular, we will examine 2 points. The modal auxiliary verbs, the modals, can, could, shall, should, will, would, may, might, must. So there are 9 of them. Can, could, shall, should, will, would, may, might, and must. And the second point is the present and present progressive tenses when they are used to express the future time. Talking about the future and planning for it are things that people love to discuss. We all talk about our future. Not surprisingly, English has developed a number of different ways to talk about the future. Unfortunately, English has not developed very good terminology for talking about these numerous options, like French and other Romance languages. Because these languages have an inflectional form of the future. But in English, we just use a modal like will, then the base form. In those languages, Latin, Spanish, French, and so on, the Romance languages, there is a set of inflected forms. We have a specific form for the future tense of the verb that refers to future time. In the distant prehistorical past, the Germanic ancestral language of English, as well as modern German, Deutsch, and Scandinavian languages, lost this entire set. They used to have this set of future tense inflections, but with time, this set was lost. The probable reason for the disappearance of the future tense from all Germanic languages is that the ancestral Germanic language developed a suite of helping verbs, the 9 modals we talked about, that allows people to talk about the future in a very sophisticated way. These helping verbs, called modal auxiliary verbs, evidently, clearly proved so successful that they completely replaced the older future tense inflectional system. So, ancestral Germanic language used to have an inflected form for the future, like the Romance languages. But with time, this form was lost, and it was replaced by the use of the modals, followed by the base form of any other main verb. Here is the complete set of modal auxiliary verbs. As you can see, the base form, we have 5 of them: can, may, must, shall, and will. The present tense: can, may, must, shall, and will. And the past: could, might. Must does not have a past tense. The only English verb that does not have past tense form is must. Shall, the past of shall is should. Will, the past form of will is would. There are 2 big differences in form between modal and normal verbs. 2 big differences. Modals, like can, do not have any infinitive. We cannot say to can or to shall. Present participle, they don't have a present participle. We say can, could. What is the third form? We have eat, ate, eaten, run, ran, run. But can, could, stop. That's it. It doesn't have a present participle or past participle. Present participle, we can say canning or musting. We can't add ing to any of these 5 verbs. Number 2, the second difference: none of the present tense modals has a third person singular s. You can't add s to can or will, or when they are used as modals. Of course, will and can be used to give other meanings. The historical reason for this odd fact is that all of the modern present tense forms we have now were originally past tense forms. that never had the third person singular. So can with the past of a verb, will with the past of a verb, must with the past of a verb, and you know past doesn't take S, but now they are used as present forms. Okay, over time all of the present tense models except must evolve new past tense forms to replace the lost past tense forms. And the present forms of the models we have now used to be past. Now they are present and they over time developed a past form except must. Again, must is for this reason the only verb in English that does not have a past tense form. The only verb in English. Modals are always followed by a verb in its base form. The 5 modals, can, will, shall, may, and must be followed by a base form without any addition. A base form verb is the dictionary or the dictionary entry from form of a verb. It is like an infinitive except it does not have to in front of the verb. We say I will go, you can go, we should go, I must go. It's go all the time, the base form. This base form verb must play one of the following 3 roles. Either it's the main verb like go here, either the helping verb like I will be working, I have been, followed by working. So be the base form of verb to be, and at the same time it's a helping verb for the verb working, progressive tense, or the helping verb have in a perfect tense. Main verb like examples, we will let you know. So will is the modal, it's followed by the base form of let here is the base form, the main verb. You should do here is the base form and it's the main verb. Helping verb be followed by a present participle as part of a progressive tense. I will be seeing them this afternoon. I will be seeing. Here be is the base form. It's used as a helping verb in a progressive tense, as we said earlier. The kids should be doing. Be is the base form of verb to be. It's followed by ing in a progressive tense. Number 3, the base form can be used, especially verb to have, can be followed by a past participle in perfect tenses. Like the class might have studied. Have here is the base form. It's followed by the past participle, and this form is called perfect, present perfect. They should, or future perfect, sorry. They should have finished by now. They should have finished. Have, the base form, is followed by the past participle, and this is a perfect form. Note, both be and have can be used as main verbs after a modal verb. For example, be as a main verb, we will be late. Be here is the base form, and at the same time it's the main verb of the sentence. I can be everywhere at once. Be is the base form of verb to be, and at the same time it's the main verb. Have as the main verb, I will have the pasta. Have here is the base form, at the same time it's the main verb of the sentence. Have here means eat. They can have as much time as they need. So have is the base form, the verb have. At the same time it's the main verb, it means spend or take. Exercise 8.1. Underline the base form verb in the following sentences. Then identify the role that the base form verb plays. Number 1, as a main verb. Number 2, as a helping verb. Number 3, a helping verb as a part of the progressive tense. Number 3, as a helping verb as a part of a perfect tense. We have an example. I will not be working from home this week. The base form here is be. Be here is used as in a progressive tense. So we say progressive helping verb. If we look at number 1, we shouldn't fear the future. The base form is fear. Fear here is used as a main verb. Number 2, they must have adjusted. The base form here is have. Have here is used as a perfect helping verb. A perfect helping verb. Number 3, I'll have a soda. The base form here is have, and it's a main verb because have here means drink or take. Number 4, she will be retiring. Be here is the base form, and it's progressive helping verb because it's followed by ing, verb plus ing. The police must have noticed. Here we have the base form have. It's a perfect helping verb because it's a perfect tense. Number 6, we will invite them to our next reception. The base form is invite, and it's the main verb. Invite, it's the main verb. Number 7, the meeting will be over. The base form here is be, and here it is the main verb. It's not a progressive tense. Number 8, we must be going. So it's a progressive helping verb, verb to be here. The revisions will have cost. Perfect helping verb, have, verb have. And finally, the wind might be dropping. It's progressive helping verb. Let's move to the next point. Another big difference between modal and regular verbs is that the terms present tense and past tense refer only to historical verb forms, not to time. The modals, and when I say I should, I'm not referring to the past tense. It's just the past form of shall, but should can be used now. I should go now. The modals stand outside of the tense system. The present tense modals do not refer to present time, nor do the past tense modals, as I mentioned about should, refer to past time. The modals function as subjunctive verbs, like if I were, I would. Subjunctive verbs convey information about the possibility or probability of doing something or something happening, about the necessity or obligation of doing something, or of something happening, about things that are hypothetical or an event contrary to fact. So most uses of the 9 modals fall into one of these 5 subjunctive categories. Number 1, prediction of future activities and events. When I say, for example, Rashwan will be a doctor, I predict that he will be a doctor. Rashwan will travel to Cairo tomorrow. Number 2, obligation, to carry out future activities or actions. You must, do such and such. Number 3, necessity. You must also, or you should, it depends. Permission, you can. Could I, can I, permission and request. Capability, I can speak 3 languages, and so on. Exercise 8.2. Using one of the 5 categories above, pick the category or sometimes 2 categories that the modals in the following sentences best fit. The first question is done as an example. We shall overcome. We shall means we will overcome. So this is prediction. Number 1, it may rain tomorrow. May rain, this is prediction. Number 2, you may go to the party, but only if you are back before midnight. So this is permission and maybe request. You may go to the party, this is permission, but I request you to be back before midnight. Number 3, you can do it. Of course, this is you can do it. This is capability. I'm not giving permission here. There is an exclamation mark. You can do it, which means you are capable of doing it. The cups might actually finish in the first place this year. Here, might refers to a prediction, because I predict that they might actually finish early. Number 5, you should write them a thank you note. This is obligation. You are obliged to write them, or a strong advice. The company should start making money next year. Number 6, the company should start making money next year. I predict. This is prediction. Number 7, I must get to the office early tomorrow. I must get to the office early tomorrow. This is necessity and obligation at the same time. Necessity or obligation. Number 8, shall we start now? Shall we start now? We ask for permission or maybe request. I may be able to help you. Here, I may be able to help you. This means I can help you. Capability. Number 10, they won't be ready until next week sometime. They won't. They will not be ready, so I predict. This is prediction. I'll stop here and I'll complete in the next video, inshallah. Thank you very much.